Hi, this is Barbara Ann Radnofsky, the Texas U.S. Senate Democratic nominee. Today is August 7th, 2006. Over the weekend, the KKK rallied in Amarillo. And today, my opponent hosted a meeting and a press conference in Amarillo to talk about the issue of immigration. And it's interesting because the Klan rallied on the issue of immigration over the weekend. As many of you know, the head of the Democratic Party in Texas and I, as the top of the ticket for the Democratic Party, denounced the Klan last week for hosting the rally. Interestingly, my opponent, who appeared in Amarillo, was silent on the issue of the Klan. She could not bring herself to denounce the Klan and its history of hate, violence, and derision along racial grounds. The immigration bill that my opponent has proposed, together with a U.S. representative, is an unworkable, unseemly plan. It merely asks everyone in the state of Texas here illegally to please go home. It's called self-deportation. That plan, according to estimates of costs of asking everyone to go home, would cost $200 billion. And according to Michael Chertoff, the Homeland Security Director, would be unworkable and impossible to enforce. The rest of the plan is equally impractical and very, very costly because it would have us build, with U.S. taxpayer dollars, centers in foreign lands to places to where the immigrants would go for applications. They'd wait 2 years, and then they'd wait on the certification by the U.S. President that the U.S. borders were secure. And then after that, there is a targeted amnesty for these people going over a 12 to 17 year period. These issues need to be debated, and I have called on my opponent to debate me. As a matter of fact, today, this morning, was the point at which I'd offered to my opponent to travel to Amarillo to debate. My opponent refused yet again. Her latest excuse, which was published in the East Texas newspapers as to why she would not debate, was that she was too busy. That's a heck of an excuse for someone who rarely comes back to Texas, for someone who has moved to Virginia, and who does not want to expose the people of Texas to a reasoned issues discussion. Most recently, my opponent was quoted in the New York Times giving the reason why she thought that the inheritance tax should be done away with. This tax, which was aimed at tax relief for only those couples whose estates are worth more than $10 million, failed to pass Congress very recently. When asked about the subject, my opponent said that it was a shame that the law had not passed because poor people and middle-income people needed to have tax relief from the inheritance tax. That's a lie. It's not true. The inheritance tax would not affect the people she was talking about. The law she was talking about helped only those couples whose estates would be valued at $10 million or more. The estate tax, the minimum wage, immigration, these are the issues of our time, and more particularly how government is wasting our tax dollars. We're asking all the citizens of Texas, all the likely voters, to voice their concerns. One of the ways to do it is to write a letter to the editor of your local newspaper. Tell them you'd like to see a debate. We believe in the power of people and people influencing both what editors of papers do and what our elected officials do. We hope you'll participate in the process. Feel free to email me at barbara@radnofsky.com, or you can go to votebarbaraann.com to learn more about our campaign and particularly our issues. Thanks very much.